Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of this resolution, and I want to thank Senator Leibel for bringing it to the floor today, and I want to especially commend Senator Leibel and Senator Adams for their very poignant comments today. And I added my name to the list late here because I knew my colleagues would do an excellent job in speaking in support of this resolution, and you have, and I want to associate myself with those remarks. But I rise to respond to a couple of statements that were made by two of my colleagues that somehow a belief in our Constitution requires that we afford enemy combatants greater rights than United States soldiers. I not only believe in our Constitution, but I've read it. And nowhere in the United States Constitution does it say that we should give greater rights to foreign attackers who take in one fell swoop 3,000 innocent lives, that we should somehow give them more rights than we do an American soldier, because that's what a civil trial would do. It was said that they should be afforded the same rights as any citizen in this country. We can discuss and debate that. I disagree, but that's not what a civil trial would do. It would afford greater rights to these enemy combatants. And I am a bit perplexed by the notion that a civil trial would be too dangerous and too expensive for New York City. And because of that, we should move it. My question is, which town, which hamlet, which city, which neighborhood in this state or any other should be exposed to that danger and that expense? My colleague, Senator Farley, mentioned Pearl Harbor. The enemy combatants who attacked Pearl Harbor and dropped those bombs were not afforded a civil trial. Is anyone suggesting that that's what should have happened? On the battlefield in Europe, Americans were killed in combat by our enemies. Germans, the Italians. Is anyone suggesting that our country would be stronger had we afforded those enemies a civil trial? I would suggest to you that if we had, America might not still be the greatest, freest nation on the face of the earth today. It is twisted logic to suggest that making America weaker somehow makes her stronger. It does not. A civil trial would afford our enemies with the intelligence that they would use, because they said they would, to wage additional attacks against this country. It would make it easier for them to do what they have vowed to do, and that is to attack and destroy us. Doing that would not make America stronger. It would make us weaker. It would endanger our citizens. I want to thank Senator Solan for reminding us of the human face of what happened that day. I lost, as some here had, very dear friends in that attack. They deserve justice. America deserves justice. And you know, if a military trial is good enough for a United States soldier, it's too good. It's too good for those who attacked us that day. And so, I want to thank you, Senator Leibel, Senator Adams, for bringing this resolution to the floor. It is unconscionable for us to even debate whether or not we ought to give those who attacked America on that day a civil trial. And yes, Senator Kruger, we can handle it. There's no doubt about that. But it's not a matter of whether or not we could handle it. It's a matter of whether or not we are going to stand for American freedom. And I think this resolution does that. Thank you.